neutrals, but blues, golds, things like that, or rather like auburn, like sunlit colors. And I did get also too a protective case that it comes with, and I just wanted to show you. So this is the Sunset, but they do have like wireless charging, so it works through the case as well. But they have a bunch of different colors and patterns and whatnot. So it's super, super neat. But yeah, I definitely use earbuds most for listening to music, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a tip. I never hear anyone talk about this whenever they mention these, but my favorite way to use them is that they have what's called like touch points, basically, where you click them, right? So I'll show you when I find them again. No. So just unplug them and then put them in like so, just like that. And let me show you. So just like so. But my favorite way, and I kind of played around with it to see which one was my favorite, but when I'm listening to music, I tap on the right side and hold it, and they have active noise canceling awareness, but I just like a neutral sound, which is great because a lot of other earbuds come with active noise canceling. That's like double the price, so it is great. If you've been meaning to get some active noise canceling earbuds, but I like neutral, and on this side I switch it to bass, and that's kind of the best way to listen to music in my opinion. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And here we go. And they look just like this. Super cute. I should get like little accessories for them, like the little charms. But anyways, so if you are in the market for some new earbuds, then now is a perfect time because Raycon is offering you guys 20% off your purchase site-wide, or rather up to 20% off site-wide if you visit buyraycon.com/simplyasmr. So thank you again to Raycon for sponsoring tonight's video, and as always, I'll leave everything down below. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Okay, let's get into the makeup tutorial, okay? So, I want to first start off by saying I did my skincare or like face prep or makeup prep. I hope I brought it, actually. I did. I was gonna say maybe it was like over, I don't think it was. Okay, so I always prep my skin with the Innisfree Lotion Tonic, or rather, sorry, that's in French, I think, but it's the Green Tea Enzyme PHA Toner. So this just helps ever so slightly remove the dead skin cells, so you have more of a smooth makeup application. And I've noticed for my skin that PHAs, in contrast to alpha hydroxy acids or beta hydroxy acids, this is far more gentle. So I forget what PHA stands for, but the molecule size of PHA, or rather, it's an umbrella term, but I'm not sure if it says it doesn't, but there's, it's an umbrella term needless to say, it cancels out what's under your eye, so it appears brighter. And it's very emollient, so it sits nicely underneath the eyes. So that is all. Oh, and then I forgot. I knew I was forgetting something. Is that I use this isn't like skin prep, but it works for me. Or rather, makeup prep is hypochlorous acid. So that just helps calm my skin down, especially after like an acid. I could talk about that for like a million minutes because I love hypochlorous acid. So it's basically like washing your face in a bottle. So it kind of kills the bad bacteria off of your skin, and it's marketed towards eczema because typically eczema flare-ups will occur mainly because of bacteria within the dry skin, to my knowledge. But it also works for acne and just, I don't know, it works for me. And if you are familiar, you might be like, what in the world is hypochlorous acid? If you've ever heard of the Tower 28 spray, that's what it is, but that's like so expensive. But you could just buy it on Amazon, at CVS, wherever. And it's really helped, especially in the summer, and all that. So anyway, so much talk on skin prep. Let's actually do some makeup, okay? So I will do my best to leave everything down below. And yeah. Okay, so now that I did that, this is honestly sometimes like whenever I do my makeup, I'm like, what in the world? Like, how do I do this? Even though I do it like all the time. And by all the time, I mean like once a week. So I do have my little makeup brush jar. So yeah, I'm trying to think now, like which order do I do it in? But I'll just go typically how I do it, I suppose. I'm second guessing myself. It's like when you actually stop and think about it, you like kind of, you're like not in your routine, but I do change it up, but the theory behind it is the same. So I'll be using the NARS Pot Concealer in the shade Avocado, or light 1.5. this is so, like, interesting to do, not in, like, a mirror, so I feel like I'm gonna mess up. And then, of course, get the neck and ears. I feel like doing this just makes me like, I think again I'm doing like the wrong, steps or whatnot. But we will work through this, okay? set my under eyes just so that there's no creasing in between. And I will say it is a little hard to tell on camera, but again, if I were to be doing this in a mirror, I would be doing that to make sure that everything is set. So, be nice. No. But I like depotted some of these things, and I wouldn't recommend, but I did do it, so for now it's okay. But I'm just going to be using the CoverGirl powder just to like loosely set my under eye. And I'll be going in with like way more powders and stuff later on. But this is kind of just like a light powder because I'll add another concealer later. So, yeah. But now that we're gonna do blush, which is always super fun. So, here we go. So, I'll be using the Juvia's Place Blush Lily. So, this is kind of the one I've been using because I ran out of the Say one. So I typically do. I actually forget one or two. Either way, I just make sure to coat the brush. So I'll just put it on the back of my hand and then really, like, this is really pigmented for sure. Like, super, super pigmented. So I'll just work it into the brush super evenly. Like so. And it's, like, again, really pigmented. And don't be alarmed, I fixed this with concealer and all. But what I essentially do is kind of go for the high points of my face. Here, I will say this is really hard to do on this viewfinder, but yeah, you guys, the idea is there, so just know that this is how I would be doing it generally, and I'll always do like a little bit here as well. And bring it up to the sides because I have more of a like oblong face. Putting blush here widens the face, however that works, but it does, and I've found that I really do like this placement. Yeah. Okay, and then I tend to like bring it up. I used to like bring it like super far up like this, or I still do, but rather like more harshly. And then I always go like right here to connect the blush here to the eye, because I don't really wear eyeshadow. And it just makes it look more cohesive. I think that's like an 80s thing too. I don't know, but love the 80s in terms of, I always forget, I think I don't know, this is maybe something you guys can let me know, but I feel like the makeup style of the 70s I go more towards, but the fashion is more 80s for me. I don't know, I don't really like, I'm not, loyal to a decade or anything, but just in noticing how I tend to gravitate more towards things like that, I don't know. Okay, so now that we have so much blush on, and nice because I feel like if you did your full under eye and then blush, you have to be a bit more careful because then you kind of get this and it looks pretty, but I just kind of like a cleaner under eye. So for this, I have been loving this. This is definitely, I think for all of, using makeup, I always said I would probably never splurge on like a luxury concealer because I fly through them. But I've noticed after doing my like layering technique of like color corrector than the NARS and this, I use less of this. So it works out, kind of. But this is the Natasha Denona, I think it's the High Glam Concealer, Brightening and Hydrating Crease Proof Serum Concealer. But this one is like so good. And it smells nice. It smells kind of like skincare. So I will just do a nice swipe. I'm honestly doing so much, but it's kind of fun. I'm like more playing with makeup. So now I will take a sponge, sometimes a brush though, it depends, but I don't know. I just change it up every now and again. And I will blend this outward, and then we'll get into powders and, all that, so. Excuse the silence. This is very, very serious business here. And then I'll go down and kind of go out, and it gives you just kind of like a nice blended thing, kind of. I don't know. smells pretty nice. Okay. I think that's pretty alright. Again, this is really tricky, but I think we're getting somewhere with this. So, now let's add blush back into the face, and I'll be honest, I don't know where my blush brush is, like the powder one. Oh, it's right here. So I use a smaller one, and this is the NYX one. Forgive me because I depotted it. I don't know what shade it's in, but it's like the hot pink one. It's like the bubblegum one. So, with that, I'll just do kind of it back. And it's a pretty easy blush to work with, but at the same time, I can't really see, but oh well. And I always try and do it like a bit higher. Oops. Oh, and excuse me, this one smells like the candy necklace. Do you guys remember that? It smells like that to me, and it's quite nice. And I forgot how pigmented this was, my goodness. But I just do my best here, especially in like this video, because to me this is just like a little uneven. Okay, let's go with that, and then just a little bit more here, and a little bit more there. I don't know, you guys, I think I'm gonna say this is pretty hard doing on camera, but the idea's there, unlike how I go about it, as I said before. But, you know what I'll do? Let me kind of correct this with the foundation brush, and just kind of like, there we go. That's the nice thing about makeup is you could always like correct it, especially with like your foundation brush. Okay. I think I'm pretty okay with that. I will say it's a bit more like uneven in looking through here, but that's okay. So now that we have that, we're gonna like set it again. And I'll be using, I got this for Christmas, and this one also smells really nice. But it's the, oh wait, Or maybe this does smell good. I don't know. Okay. You guys, I feel like I'm giving you a wrong tutorial, but this is how I do it. It's just like a little bit hard to do. Because also this is warmer lighting and like lower light. So how about we do, what should we do next while I brush my hair? Exactly. I don't know, my hair is acting up a little bit today, but we shall work through it. Okay, so now that we're kind of like here, I feel like this is typically when I'll do my, what's it called, eyelashes. That, let me tell you guys, I don't know if I'll be able to successfully do that, but we shall find out. So I'll be using the strip lash adhesive from Kiss, and then I got the box because I didn't know what they were called, but these are the ones that I use for my lashes. It's the Kiss Mocha Wisps False Scare just depends how I feel on the day. And that's that. It's very simple. It's not crazy. It's just very pretty simple. And that's it. And if I do have a blemish, sometimes I'll just put it on there. But today I think I'm good. So we'll leave it at that. And then something else I really like to use from this palette is the pure white. And that's what I do for my inner corner, which actually I feel like I brought another brush. I did. So I will use this brush, which is it's from the Real Techniques. This is the Deluxe Crease Brush. And I'll just like pack it. And then start brightening my inner corner. And I like to get underneath the brow bone as well. And see, it's such like a simple thing, but it makes such a big difference. And sometimes I like bring it down here, but that's kind of my little thing. I feel like, do you see, it just makes it so beautiful, and I love it. And it's such a good white eyeshadow too. So if you've been looking for like a good white shadow or cool tone palette, like genuinely look no further, because this one is so good. And I feel like it just makes the look more, I don't know, ethereal or whatever you want to call it. But I literally just like stamp it. And you see, this is what I genuinely mean though. I'm like, what's it called? That it's like I trust the process, because I feel like up until now is when it starts looking like my makeup. Just brighten the under eye ever so slightly. And then, I don't know. It's hard to tell in the mirror, but yeah. Excuse. Okay. Sure, let's do that. And then what I'll do as well, what I have been doing is I've been kind of like semi-tight lining underneath my eye. Is this like attached? Yes or no? You know what? It will work for the video, but there. Okay, so typically within this palette, I will take this shade right here and go from the iris to kind of here, and I think it just makes the eye look a little bit nicer, especially when you have like a good amount of concealer on. So yeah, you see, pretty. Okay, and then I'll do the same for the wing. And that's my like little wing. And we will fix this in a second, but for now, it looks pretty alright. And same to the other eye. I tell you, this is quite difficult on the in low lighting, and yeah. Okay, let's do the wing. And again, this is my non-dominant hand, so okay, you know. Let's fix that. Okay, so we have like two wings going on right here, so let me fix that with like a sponge or something to get rid of it. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And then fix it up with a little blending brush. And then do it again. Okay. Better. It's just the eyelash is so off. Okay. Let's curl them and see where we're at. Okay. Thank you guys for being patient too. I feel like this is such a like a drawn out video, but it is always relaxing to do my makeup. So I thank you for spending this time with me. Okay, let's curl the lashes and do mascara. So let's use the same palette because it has a great mirror too. And honestly, I've seen this for $10 on Ulta. Like sometimes they do half off. I think max it's 20, but or like MSRP. There we go. That took a minute. Okay. So here we are. Pretty simple, but I feel like, again, I need a bigger mirror right now. Okay, so let's do this eye. Let's do that as well. There we go. I think it blended okay. But let's just do some mascara and that should that's good for now because it's the idea. Okay. Oh, let me show you guys though. So yeah, this is the Big Mood by Elf. So now that that's done, again, I like to do my brows because they get out of place all the time whenever I do, foundation or anything. And I typically don't do anything to my eyes or eyebrows. Sometimes I will fill them in just in case they get like a little sparse, but for today, I'll leave that out because I think they look pretty good. So now let's do lips, which is always fun because I've been doing the same thing forever, except one or two. But this is the NYX lip pencil in mauve. So this will use the same compact. I think that's it after too. And I'll so this one to me is like the closest to my natural lip color. So yeah. Okay, so it looks just like that. And then I will take, oh, I should have brought in a Q-tip for this, but, okay. But I will do the Vaseline in Rosy Lips. So I'll just take a little bit with my nail. But I typically take a Q-tip just because it's easier to apply. But this will work. So. And it looks like that. So after though, I will say I do put, if I know where I put it, the lip gloss. Oh, here we go. This one is so nice, and it's like $2. It's the Essence Extreme Shine Volume in shade Summer Punch. And whenever I talk about this, I always have to say that it smells exactly like like when I was in middle school. They came out with the cotton candy Frappuccino, and this was so, well, it was so good, but it smells exactly like that because all they used was raspberry syrup in a vanilla bean frap. But this one smells, it genuinely smells identical, and it just is so nostalgic. So yeah, and it's like $2. It looks beautiful. It's, I will say, like basically clear, but I do it more of like a shine than for color. But it does do a little bit of color. class, this is how I do my makeup. So let me just kind of like blend one more time, and then I do want to get a little bit more of the white. Where did I put the brush? I don't know which one I used, but either way, I tend to do a little bit of the white because I feel like it does kind of fade a little bit sometimes. So I'll do like one little stamp of it. And it just gives like that beautiful, just like glowy, icy, like that's what I think it is. It gives me like icy winter makeup, and I just adore it. I think it's beautiful. It's not over the top or like too much work for the eyes, like the eyeshadow. There is none, you know, aside from this right here. But you know, like complicated eyeshadows, I feel like I have hooded eyes, so if I did a bunch of work anyway, it would be hidden by my lid. But even just looking, I think it's pretty. Just that, you know. So, let's see. Let's put that away and brush the hair a little bit. Let's see. But there we go. There you have it, you guys. That is my signature look. I think I did a pretty good job given the lighting and all, because I feel like this is typically how I look, aside from the pink fist. But yeah, again, I think it's beautiful for winter and spring and summer, and just it's beautiful. So yeah, I think that is all for tonight. I feel like this has been quite a long video as well, but I definitely find it relaxing when other people like apply their makeup. So I hope you found this relaxing. For me, it was definitely like a little bit of a challenge to see how everything worked. But nonetheless, I always appreciate you being here. I care about you so much. You're beautiful, and I just really always love spending time with you when I get the chance. And yeah, happy February, happy Aquarius season. My sister's on